YouTube vintage stereo collectors and restorers. This, well, depending on your perspective, could be vintage to you. It could be ugly. It could be cute. This Saturday, today, seemed to be the apex of garage sales because we have had weekend after weekend, southwestern Ontario, rain and high winds, and it was sunny, it was warm. Garage sales, church sales. This came from a church sale. What's cool about it? Came in the original box from Nexxtech, Radio Shack. Has the foam pieces in it and everything. I think this is something that somebody bought and just didn't use much. And it has a charm to it. It's the only way I can say it. It was made in 2003. There's a date code on it because most TVs and radios to this point have date codes. And I'll show you some of the stuff it does, okay? It has a lantern. It's plugged in the AC adapter right now. It has a real AC adapter, one of the little transformer in it. Plugs in there. It takes 8 D cells in the bottom. Can you imagine the weight? It has an external antenna jack so you could run a VCR DVD player on channel 3 into it. Vertical hold, bright contrast, and you can recharge nickel metal hydride batteries in it. It's got this lighting on the back, which is something else. And not only is that, but it's actually, you can direct it. Again, never seen anything like that before. Back this way. This is the other thing. I just about put my wife over the edge when I turn this on. I came in, I did this a few hours ago and I came, did you hear the siren? She's like, what was that? Yeah. Anyway, it has very typical, these last of the era black and white 5-inch TVs. There's a radio. It actually works. It picks up all kinds of FM and AM. Has this scale here. And I'm not going to get anything on the TV except snow. But it does come on. There's actually a couple little, we don't have any analog stations around here that you can actually get anymore. Just little artifacts of some kind of RF. I'm going to try it out later with a DVD player. I'm sure it'll work quite good. UHF, VHF high and low. Yeah. I just thought it was $5. I took pity on it. Especially when I heard, just off to my right, well, and they had a whole bunch of them. It was surrounded by small LCD monitors, not widescreen ones, you know, like the 15-inch ones, and a number of different things, some clock radios. Somebody said, well, if nobody wants this stuff, we can take it to e-waste. So that's why this one came home with me. I don't know, I like use it as a shop radio. If anybody can figure out, I think this was some kind of camping lantern, because it's got all these gadgets on it, right? Or cottage TV. Remember when roughing it at a cottage, I don't have a cottage, but you go to somebody's cottage and they'd have a TV set. It was a black and white tube TV. It was the one that they had just gotten rid of to get their color TV around 1970. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about is the price of wire. Wow. So I had a roll of this stuff and I've been using it for about 10 years to make up AC cords for lamps and for tube radios, things like that. The brown, which is a little more authentic, brown or white plugs that snap on that are actually polarized. And I ran out. I used up the last of my roll. And I went looking to order some because I actually have 2 vintage radios that need new cords. And I'm like, the only place that had it was a Rona store. And it showed 1 spool. Now I went in the wire section to aisle 11 to bin 6, I think it was. Nothing there. Not even a thing that says, 18.2 lamp cord, SPT1, nothing like that. And then I'm kind of looking around because I know I used to work in places like that years ago. I look up really high. Right on the top of some armored cable, I could see this roll. I'm just like, aha, there it is. Now they actually had it in sort of a clear, that clear look stuff, which doesn't look right on a vintage tube radio or receiver. I wanted the brown one. Brown's a discontinued color, but it'll be back like everything, right? Just like CRT TVs are back, cassettes are back. Anyways, it's way the heck up there. So I got somebody to go and get one of their rolling ladders and pull it down. And he goes, I didn't even know that was up there. And he scans it in. It's $89.99. $89.99 for a 250-foot roll, which is really, I believe, a 246-foot roll. And I was like, oh, okay. What happened? The last roll I have of this, the same spool, was $14.99 that I bought in 2019. The price of this stuff, for whatever reason, whether it's wire, auto parts, electronic parts, everything has gone bonkers. Maybe that's the point of my video. You get something like this for next to nothing, but then parts to restore things are really expensive. I'll give you an example. I use Mother McGuire's rubbing compound on metal cabinets, on some Bakelite ones. It works really good. I had 1 bottle and it had $6.99 on it. Ran out, went to get another bottle. It was $17.99. I was going, what, did I wake up in another space-time continuum? I don't understand what's going on. Because the money that I make, and I'm semi-retired, certainly hasn't gone up, it's gone down. Anyway, that's sort of my rant. It was kind of interesting. I actually went to this one house, and the whole place is almost engulfed in weeds. That's how far the lawn had been let go. But they had some good records, like some 70s rock records. And one of them was what I was looking for. It was Bad Company. Anyway, yeah, so we're in garage sale season. And of course, with garage sales on Saturdays, the thrift stores over the next few days get what's left over from the garage sales. And that's worth looking at too. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening.